Saddlers fans, welcome to another pre-match hype here. I'm Simon Hill, joined by my colleagues Tom and Paul. Lots of exciting news to get through. 3 changes tonight ahead of our match. And gents, there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, there is. You mentioned the 3 changes there, Simon, following on from the defeat against Colchester at the weekend. The 3 changes, Josh Gordon coming in up front to replace Ellis Harrison, who drops to the bench. We see Joshua McKenzie move back into midfield and Harry Williams coming back into the starting 11 there. And I think, seeing Harry, I think he was a bit of a miss at the weekend, albeit, recovering from a knock, so had to make those changes there. And then Evan Weir comes in for the suspended Taylor Allen, obviously getting 2 yellow cards in that game against Colchester. And I think, Evan probably comes into it, off the back of that suspension, but warrants coming into it because of, when he's been in the starting 11, we've seen just how good he is in there. Notts County away, I think we've spoken about it just on the latest rewind as well. The importance of him in that game at Notts County, he was incredible there. So, to get a game for him under the lights, I think, I'm really excited to see what he can do in a league game as well.
That's it. I feel like he's been knocking on the door, hasn't he? And every time he's come off the bench recently, he started getting more league appearances in 2025, hasn't he? And I think didn't he get one of the assists as well in our last home game? So, whenever he's come on, he's contributed. So I feel like it's been coming that he's getting an opportunity, and as it's coincided with obviously Tails getting that suspension at Colchester. So really excited to see Evan Weir. Harry Williams back in's a really big boost. He's been outstanding this season. And Josh Gordon as well, obviously didn't quite make the squad on Saturday, now he's in the starting 11, and I think that's just a real sign of the competition we've got up front. And it goes to show if you impress in training, you'll get your opportunity. And as Matt Sadler always says, in these 17 games, I think it is, that's left to go, everyone will be needed, everyone will need to contribute. So, if you're not involved one game, you might be needed for the next one. So everyone's got to be ready, and I'm sure Josh Gordon will be ready and raring to go.
The beauty for you as well, Paul, is he's the cover star for Sadler's Shout, so I'm sure Paul will be plugging it himself. But, if you want to get a copy of that, head to one of the sellers outside the front of the stadium, go into the club shop or head to the ticket office to pick up your copy for tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And you talk about everyone is going to be needed. That includes the fans. This is a game in hand for us. We're back at home, and you saw the spirit, the fight back that we had on our last home game. How important is it tonight to have all of our fans here, and especially being back at the Fortress?
Yeah, I think we've seen on a number of occasions so far this season where the fans metaphorically sort of drag us over the line, drag the ball into the goal, and we always speak about the big stand which is just behind us, how crucial that is for us. And we've seen a number of teams flip us at home this season just to try and take that so-called advantage away from us. And we've got that ticket offer in place tonight, and I think a game in hand, everyone's looking at it where you want the points on the board rather than that game in hand. But with how strong we've been at home, you mentioned that fight back spirit from last weekend's game against Salford, coming from 2 goals down. Danny Johnson playing a crucial part in that, could play his part again tonight off the bench if we're in that sort of situation. But the fans are expecting a crowd of over 6,000 tonight, can really play their part, can't they, Paul?
Absolutely, they always have done, home and away. They've been absolutely outstanding, and that's the reason why our home form is so good as well, because the fans have really created a real racket here and really get behind the boys, and that stand can be very intimidating, especially when it's full like it will be tonight. To have over 6,000 on a Tuesday night is absolutely phenomenal. So credit to everyone for taking that offer of £10 a ticket. A really good initiative by the club and really backed by the board as well. So everyone's in it together. We really want to see big crowds here and get those numbers up, and the more they come and enjoy their football, the more they'll hopefully come back, and it just builds and builds and builds. So hopefully tonight's the night the Saddlers can get back on track, get that victory, and then it's a big week, isn't it, tonight, and then another big home game against Chesterfield on Saturday. So all to play for.
Yeah, and it is all to play for here at the Poundland at Bescot Stadium. Make sure you come and join us. It is a bit chilly, wrap up warm, but you're going to be the warm of the voices here at the Poundland at Bescot Stadium tonight.
And one more thing, make sure you enter our score predictor for your chance to win a prize. Details on our social media channels.